All right, everybody, give it up for OJ Mack. Far out, far out. Chocolate Dick, that's an awesome subject to end on. It's great for your next comedian. Really built it up for you. Everybody give it up for someone who's a little bit newer to the scene, but we're happy to have him here. Everybody give it up for Nick Cody.
Woo! Hey, I appreciate that intro despite its inaccuracy. My name's Nick Cody. If you guys haven't seen me before, I was here the very first night, the very first sign up. I'm happy to be here. And you guys should be happy I'm here because I'm an Oregon Ducks Hall of Famer. Woo! That's right, I'm kind of a big deal. You can Google me right now. Problem is out of those top 10 search results, 8 of those are for a comedian in Australia that's much more successful than I am right now. But I'm getting there, okay? I've got to do it in Seattle, so I've got a little bit higher degree of difficulty as a former Oregon Duck offensive lineman. But my lines are getting that much more offensive. And my mouth has always stayed this foul. It's a duck joke, people. The Twisted Duck should get that of anywhere. That shit bombs in Seattle, but it should get a couple giggles here. I especially appreciate this stage because it makes me feel like an adult actor in a Sesame Street sketch. I'm just missing like a Muppet right here. Like, I'd prefer the count so I could keep track of how many laughs. He'd be like, 1 laugh, And I'd be like, well, how many looks of discouragement I'd get? And the count would just be like, don't go that high, sorry. No, have you guys heard of the Seattle Freeze before? Oh, of course you have. You guys definitely have never left the state of Oregon in your lives, have you, looking at this crowd? All right, that's a tease. Come on, guys. Come on. No, the only harder thing for me, besides dating in Seattle, is doing open mics like this. Yeah, I get a lot of Husky fans that are obsessed with me more than Duck fans. Like, I've had Husky fans look up my job and see I work for a company. I don't represent their thoughts, so let's just call them Smamazon. Okay? And that's difficult because a lot of people see this and think I deliver to them. So after the Husky game last week, some guy yelled out at me like, hey, Nick Cody, you fucked up my delivery. I'm like, I had to think about it for a minute because I don't think I've performed a delivery as the executive escalation specialist in chargebacks and buyer risk investigations. But I recognize this guy. I was like, hey, you! DoorDash, right? How'd my nuts taste? On the subject of tricks and treats, anybody here a big fan of spooky season? Got one woo in the back. That's about appropriate. Thank you, ladies. Usually it's the ladies who are like, woo, woo. It's like, come on. You guys don't want to see that. Like, I have to ask a lot of people that like enjoy spooky season, do you call it a teeter-totter or seesaw? Like, what team are you on? Team teeter-totter or seesaw? If you see a fixated point with 2 children on either end, sir, do you call it a teeter-totter or a seesaw?
It's a fucking seesaw.
It's a fucking seesaw. That's how I know you're a lot older than me, because when I talk to people my age, and I'm like, hey, did you seesaw when you were younger? They're like, fuck yeah, I love that movie, or no, it's too gross for me. But the good thing I know about this audience is you guys are already accustomed to staged human torture because you're here for this open mic. I think you can handle a little Saw movie. I'm a big movie fan. I write a lot of jokes about movies because I love movies. Like, if I weren't trying to, run my nuts on people's DoorDash orders, I would have been in the movies for sure. But the thing is I don't agree with all movies, but I found my favorite movie last year for all the wrong reasons. This movie called Everything Everywhere All at Once. You guys seen it? No, you guys are like, fuck that. Here's the thing, I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but I have not felt that engaged with the Asian culture since I first found hentai porn as a kid. For those of you not laughing, hentai porn is like animated porn. So, like, I just wish, in my case, that the animated porn I watched as a kid would have helped me out in the future. Like, if it would have been more correlated to the anime I watched, I wouldn't be a premature ejaculator. Hear me out. I was a big Dragon Ball Z fan. And if I were powering up my boner like that, it would have taken me 3 30-minute episodes just to get it going. That's called warming her up. I'd be like, ah! Ah! She'd be sitting there on the bed waiting like, oh my God, I've never seen his power levels go this high. He's achieved Super Saiyan 3 inches.
No, they're just pot stickers.
All right, that's a groaner. I've been watching award shows recently. You know, I've always been a big fan of movies, but I wasn't a fan of award shows until Chris Rock got the shit slapped out of him. Now I'm watching every time, like, which one of us is next? So last year nobody got slapped, but I wanted one person to get slapped. That's the guy who won Best Actor, Brendan Fraser. Pisses me off because maybe you guys don't understand, but to me and my people, wearing a fat suit to win Best Actor is just like wearing blackface to get it. That's right. Me and my obese people. Some of you are like, Nick, you're not that obese. And I'm like, tell that to everybody I match with on my dating profile. They see this up here and they're like, oh, I'm expecting Chris Hemsworth. They see me naked down here. They're like getting Chris Farley. They're like, please, sir, put the little coat back on. All right, one more movie joke. Some of you may get it, some of you may not. But I was on a date with a girl and she was like, are you related to anybody that's famous? And I was like, yeah, you might have heard of my great uncle. He's a storyteller like me. His name's Buffalo Bill Cody. Inspired me to do comedy. She looks at me, she goes, you mean like it puts the lotion in the basket? Or it gets the hose again? I said, no girl, you're obviously 2 skin suits too small for me. But if you play your cards right tonight, I might ask you, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard. Give it up for your host.
Good job, Nick.
Give it up for Nick Cody, everybody. Coming here and crushing it.